Hello everyone, Luke here, and yep, finally got my book, finally got my copy of my book for myself. Yeah, it's out, it's published. I'll post a link in the description below in case you are curious and want to go and support me. Go and buy a copy, even ebook or paperback, either one. I'll be happy with. I'll be very grateful for. But yeah, this book. Very proud of it. Like, I've spent 10 years, like, this story has been, like, sitting around for 10 years, so I thought, like, might as well use it, might as well get it, might as well use it as the basis for the story, and I am very proud. I am honestly very proud of it. It's probably one of my favourites that I've ever written in terms of, like, what I've written. Put a lot of time and effort into it, developing the story, getting everything and changing things that I thought, like, hey, maybe I should change this part from the original concept. So yeah, it's a very interesting experience going from when it was a film script to where it was now. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And also, I apologise for this review being out as late as it is. I know we've got the chapter coming out in the next couple of days, so we might as well get right into it. Okay, so this will be chapter 249, titled Busted. No relation to the band Busted that made that Thunderbird song for that stupid 2004 movie, but that's a discussion for another day. But yeah, 249, meaning that we are just one chapter away from 250, and it's amazing, like, because I know JJK was 271 chapters, so yeah, to think that Mission Yozakura is getting up there to being as long as JJK, I don't think it's going to surpass it, because I think we've only got probably at the minimum 10 chapters left, or very quick, I feel like it will end in the 260s, 270s, so JJK might slightly beat it, but to think that one of the big series in Jump that's been in there for the last 5 years, and Mission Yozakura is going to be standing toe to toe to it in terms of chapter length. That is just mind-boggling to think about. But anyway, so we continue from the end of the last chapter where we had Alpha and Hiyofumi basically running away from Ayaka and Mutsumi as they're like, look, we need to go and see we need to go and see Grandpa Momo, so that we can get his abilities, so that we can get Papa back, and we are sorry for everything, so you can scold us, you can do whatever you want, and when we get back, because frankly we will need it, but this is all for the sake of Papa, this is all for the sake of the family, so we need to actually do this. And we seem like just running around the area as Alpha is using his abilities, his precognition combined with like his intelligence and everything to like someone like, okay, so this is the most direct path that we can get safely. There aren't any traps that have been laid out here by our aunts and uncles, so we should be safe to navigate through this hallway to get to the ship where Momo is. Now, there is something with this chapter that I'm going to bring up when we get to it, because it seems like, again, nobody is like thinking about the consequences of what is actually going to be entailed when we actually do get to the twins getting to the behemoth itself. So as Alpha is navigating them both through this hallway, Hiyofumi is just going like, well, you're amazing, you can see that much, you can see like whatever path is the most direct and most effective for us to navigate, and Alpha's just like, yeah, but it's only fair because I'm getting visions of us going Abba Baba and Gloob Gloob. Not really sure what they are. Like, if somebody could like comment that, like, what is Alpha going on here? Whereas Hiyofumi feels like, hey, that sounds like fun. Alpha's just like, no, it isn't. So I assume it's like they get sapped with electricity or they get thrown underwater. Like, am I on the right track with that? It's just weird it's weird in the sense that these two kids who are 4 years old but speaking really intelligently and really intellect, yet still have moments where they come out with those weird like kid sounds like like, it's just like a weird juxtaposition juxtaposed that you see. But anyway, Alpha goes on and says, but it's not the traps that we have to worry about. What we need to worry about is just, okay, we're going to make sure that we don't get in contact with any of the people here, because we know that if any of the adults, like if our aunts and uncles find out that we're out of space, they're going to be a little bit angry with us. But not only that, it's also the future where Papa dies. That's the thing that we need to worry the most about here. We cannot let that come to fruition here. I can sense that if we pick the right path forward, that bad future will get fainter and fainter. I'm depending on that feeling to show me the way. So basically, he's just driving on the feeling of just like, look, please show me the path. As though I don't care how long around we get to that point. So show me the path where Papa doesn't die, then I'll be happy. Which goes to show like Alpha's determination in this situation of just being like, yeah, I'm 4 years old. I know it's going to be like a bunch of hoops that we're going to have to go through to get to that path. But as long as we're showing it, that's all that matters to me at this point. And if we could just make it to the ship without running into Asa or uncles, then I'm sure we'll be able to be safe to save Papa. And yeah, you can see where this is going from a mile off, as Hiofumi's just like, yeah, okay, I get you. So as long as we don't run into Asa, aunts and uncles, we should be fine. And who do they run into as they come crashing through a wall? Their aunts and uncles and Asa, as they're going like, oh, make sure that everyone doesn't find us, meaning just like crashing through a wall, the fight that's happening between Shinzo, Shion, Nanano, and Futaba and Asa that just crashes through them, and they're just there like just to see just the white as face of Alpha and Hirofumi, just like, oh crap, we're in this situation. The one thing that we didn't want to happen at this point is happening right now. So after they come crashing through a wall, we see Futaba, who's still concentrating at she's still concentrating on Asa, like taking him down, but at the same time I feel like she can sense like, oh yeah, the twins are right here, like we knew this was actually gonna come. And Asa should say like, like you could probably think like what he's thinking. Perfect. The twins are here, right on cue, just where I want them. And they're just like bamboozled of just saying like, oh my god, we're seeing this fight, like just rubble is happening everywhere. We've got these giant Evo's monstrosities. We have we have Shinzo. I don't know if this is Shinzo or Nanano who's got like the giant fist. It's a bit hard to make out from this angle, but yeah, they're just seeing like just this giant fish just coming down on Asa, and Hiofumi's just there like Auntie, we're sorry, we didn't mean to come out, like, it just happened so quickly, like, Alpha wanted to go to the bathroom, and then I went to go help him, because I knew he wanted to go on the path to save Papa from Asa and everything. I was just like, I'm so sorry, like, and actually spouting all this off. I was just like, he'll feel me, no, it's okay, because Uncle Keigo's dummies and Aunt Shion's 3D models, nobody's noticing we're the real ones yet, so we're safe for the moment, like, as long as everyone doesn't doesn't find out like, oh, the real ones are actually here. This must be a way for my precognition to lead us on. So let's just keep our heads down. Let's just slowly sneak past like, hey guys, yeah, we're not the real twins here. We're just nothing to see here. We're just walking past right now. So yeah, let's hope nobody notices us. But of course, they're gonna be noticed as the fight is just like blocking every way they can go. Like they're just trying to go the wrong way. The fight's happening. They're trying to go the other way. The fight's happening, and they end up just being like, okay, we can't get that way. We can't go this way. Okay, let's just go this way. Like, and as they get around the pipe and they think they're safe, lo and behold, Shion and Keigo. And Keigo's part of the fight. I forgot to mention him. They're just like, oh, you think you wouldn't get busted? Yeah, we knew this was gonna come, so yeah, we have you right here. And just like, no, we don't want to do anything, we weren't doing anything, like, no. But they're just like, oh, you're lucky Asa didn't catch onto you, so you really think we didn't see this coming a mile off? Which, yeah, to be fair, anyone could have seen that, like, based on how the Yozakura history of this family has worked. It's like, as soon as they say, like, look, don't get involved with this, like, you knew that, yeah, they were going to get involved with this from a mile off, and yeah, they were expecting they would sneak out, and that's one of the reasons that they created, that Shion and Keigo created these illusions. So it's like, okay, we know the twins are going to get out, how are we going to avoid Asa figuring out, like, oh, the twins are out, like, let's just create these 3D motions, let's use all our abilities together to kind of distract us so that he won't know which one is the real one. As Shion correctly predicts, like, oh, preconditioned soldier something, didn't it? That's why you're here. We totally get what you must be feeling, and believe me, we know really well that you're just as powerful as adults, which boggles my mind. Like, these 4-year-olds are amazingly powerful, like just as powerful as adults, which begs the question of, like, we saw their future selves in that chapter a few months ago, which and that begs the question of, like, how powerful they actually going to be when they get to the level that the family was at the beginning of the series. Like, how much more stronger are they actually going to? We're actually getting to see a feat of Hiyofumi's in this chapter, and again begs the question of, like, when she reaches teenage age, how strong is she actually going to be? So Shion goes on to say, like, look, we understand how you're feeling and everything that's going on here, but you're still just kids. We can't let you get caught up in the adult wars that are going on right here. Yeah, there'd be more better going into kindergarten wars. Yeah, I had to bring it up. Pie Jumps, I know you're going to like that reference. But yeah, seriously, get them back in kindergarten wars and get them involved in that conflict. I feel like they would fit well in there, like, just with all the kindergartners in there and all the adults that are assassins in that series, which still need to get back into that series. It's been a long time since I read any of the chapters, so really need to get back into reading that series. So I just wanted to bring up that reference. They mentioned adult wars, so yeah, go back to the kindergarten wars. So as Alpha is seeing, like, more visions, he's just like, oh, Hiyofumi, can I request so, and Hiyofumi's just like, oh, Alpha, now isn't the time. I'm not going to whisper sweet nothings that isn't important, but he's just like, no, I need you to do something important here, as he whispers into Hiyofumi's ear, and she's just like, oh, I get you, Alpha, I get you. And Keigo and Shion are just like, okay, sorry, sneaky plots aren't going to work on us, so go in this hidden passage here, take you right back to Mama. Yeah, you can't get out of here, so you might as well just go back to where you were meant to be. And at this point, they're just like, yeah, we need to get Asa's attention right now. Hey, Asa, over here. It's the twins right here. And Keigo and Shion are just like, weren't we just talking to them? How are they over there? And why are they basically calling out a big red button that's just like, come after us, Asa. Oh no, they're not doing it. Oh my god, no, they're really not. They're gonna screw over the whole plan. Like, you can just see the looks on Shion and Keigo's face, like, they're gonna screw up the whole plan that we've had right now because they're not listening to us. Like, yeah, we're screwed. And he's just like, as they're just like doing the cliche things of that, just like, oh, how dare you attack Papa, you evil pervert, you meanie, you think you can beat us? Like, come on, try and get us. Like, and Asa really should be thinking, like, yeah, this is an obvious trap right here. Like, he's smart, he's a doctor, so he should be thinking, like, the twins have come here, they're basically giving me an open target, like, why would they be doing that? Like, there must be something going on here. But of course, Asa being Asa at this point is just like, tunnel vision, just like, get the kids, get everything. And this is one of the things I really, like, Asa's being a great film, but this is one of the things I really have to call him out on. Like, Asa, you're smarter than this. You should be thinking, like, strategically of, like, why are the twins basically like, oh yeah, they are basically saying, we are here right now, come and get us. Like, you should be like, no, wait, this is obviously something they want me to do, so maybe I shouldn't attack them right now and I should be focusing on the family, because if he took out, like, all the siblings and everything, then at that point, that would probably break the spirits of Hiyofumi and Alpha and maybe make it easier for them to be captured. It's just something that he should really be considering. But yeah, he goes on and says, like, oh, to think he would come to me, you're as foresight as your father. I wish. So I guess he's basically like thinking, like, hey, yeah, they're probably trapping me, but I don't care at this point. They're right here, so I best take my chance. I guess that's what's going through his mind right now. So yeah, he uses as Hiyofumi correctly points out, like, oh, that's Uncle Karicho's void blooming, as they say. as Alpha's like, hey, I think he's going to be using Void. Remember, that's Uncle Creature's blooming. That's the one you couldn't beat. Now's the chance that you are probably going to be able to beat it because your blooming is infinite. According to Uncle Nano, your Summoning will just keep wailing up forever, and that means you could just keep pushing. You're eventually overwhelmed. So basically, it's like a stockpile ability infinity, like just keeps wailing up, wailing up, wailing up, and then when she lets out the big attacks, like it can basically nullify anything, including creatures like blooming. And we know how powerful creatures blooming is, and again, begging the question of like what is true speed blooming is going to be. So Alpha has all the confidence like this is actually going to work. You are actually going to be able to beat it now because you've already won. I saw it with my precognition. And yeah, here for me at this point, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to decide to trust you, Alpha, as she activates her infinity. And we see everyone just being like tensing up and just like, is this actually going to work and everything? As we see the Void blooming coming straight after the twins, she uses the giant yo-yo that's been stockpiled with infinity to launch it directly at the Void blooming as we get into this intense battle upstairs between Alpha, between Hifumi and Azos, just like backing and forth, backing and forth, backing and forth, which when we get to the anime at this point, I feel like this will probably be like one of the scenes that they'll probably focus on if we actually do get to the point, just like the back and forth struggle, kind of the same thing of just what's happened recently in Bleach with Uryu versus Ichigo, where we had their two strongest techniques that were introduced in the anime. Getsuga Jujutsu was introduced in the manga, but it's been used way more in the anime. But yeah, that constant struggle between them, back and forth, back and forth. We have something similar to here, as we see her Infinity Bloom just continuously powering up the attack that's being sent towards the Void blooming. As the comments like, oh, her power is increasing, and we just see this giant ray of bright light as it really is nullified. And Hifumi is even in shock, Keigo and Shino are just in shock, like, wow, she actually did it. And even Hifumi's like, wow, I can't believe I really did that. But Alpha's just like, yeah, I knew you could do it, Hifumi. And she's just like, okay, yeah, does this mean we can get out of here right now? And Alpha's just like, yeah, we can get out of here. Now's our chance to run. And they're just like, damn it. They couldn't stand, and Keigo and Shino are just like, quickly, they can't stand for a second, like, just get them, Futaba, someone, just get them, block the way. And sure enough, Futaba, with a combination of just being like, possibly on adrenaline from the fight, of just being like, why are the twins here? Why have they done this? Like, lands right in front of them. So as Futaba lands in front of them, like, you can see, like, the shocked faces of, like, Shion, Keigo, Alpha, and Hifumi as they're just like, oh my god, we don't know what Futaba... Like, Futaba can either do one of two things. She can either be really soft or just beat you for, like, disobeying her direct orders. And they're just that... And Futaba, like, you can see her, like, just getting, like... And she says to the twins, like, okay, off with you then. And they're just there like, what? Futaba? Like, what you talking about? Like, are you actually gonna let them go through with this? Like, go to Momo in the Behemoth and actually get his ability to, like, are you actually seriously letting them do this? Because this is the thing, like, Futaba should really be thinking, like, wait a minute, we were all affected by Momo's blooming of dreams. Now, granted, Hifumi, as we've seen with this demonstration, can nullify bloomings, but I feel like it takes a while for her to actually build that up before it's actually effective. And I feel like Futaba should really be considering, like, are they going to be affected by Momo's dreams blooming? That's the thing I feel like they really need to consider here. As she goes on and says, we don't want you to get caught up in our battle, but if you can avoid getting dragged into it by yourselves, then we don't have any right to gainsay you. Okay, gainsay you? Like, what does that even mean? Like, that's not even... Is that even a real word? Like, just let me know. Like, gainsay, like, she says, then we don't have any right to gainsay you. Like, what does that even mean? Like, seriously, can somebody help me out with that word? Anyway, weird dodgy words aside, Futaba's just like, so hurry along, get on with you two. But tell me one thing first. What did you see? If we can get to that ship, as Alpha says that, if we can get to that ship, Papa will be saved. Futaba's just like, Yeah, I see. I see. I kind of understand. I kind of understand where you're coming from then, Alpha. But again, like I said, they're not really considering the fact of the possibility that maybe the dreams blooming can not only affect the twins, but also not be detected by Alpha's precognition. Like that's the thing that we really need to consider here. Like, can other bloomings nullify the precognitions of Alpha? Because I don't think we've ever been established that that's a possibility, that the bloomings of other characters can nullify Alpha's precognition, especially the ones that involve mental manipulation, because that's all what Alpha's precognition is. It's like a mental ability rather than a physical or projectile ability. So I feel like, would mental manipulative bloomings be able to nullify Alpha's precondition, or at least affect it in some way? But anyway, I digress. Futama's just like, okay, if that's what you've seen and that's what you need to do, just get out of here. We'll pin down Asa whilst you two go to go to the Behemoth. So our objective hasn't changed. We've got to stop Asa. We've got to stall him as much time as possible while we get the necessary equipment and abilities to permanently get him erased from this world. As we see Asa just basically after the attack just coming, because didn't he like get fired back? Yeah, he got, yeah. So we see Hiofumi's blooming, like just blasting right back, and yeah, getting blasted right back into a wall. As we see him coming out of this wall, just looking super pissed off at this point. And Futama says, "The future you saw, show it to us too." As the other siblings prepare to continue their battle with Asa as the twins run away, and that's where the chapter ends. So really intense chapter there. Like we got basically like a Conquest style hockey, like nuke bomb of infinity from One Piece, from Hiyofumi, kind of like what happened at the end of Egghead, where the Joy Boy Conquest hockey bomb just nuked everyone. It's kind of the same thing that happened here, but again, like I said, the main issue that I feel like a lot of people in the fandom and in the series are not even considering is the fact that Dreams is a mental manipulative at blooming, and Alpha's ability is a mental ability. So would that even be a factor in like a weakness to Alpha's blooming? Like he can't see the future, or that involves bloomings that are mental manipulation, because that mentally screws with his own perception of reality or perception of futures or anything. So that's something I feel like really needs to be considered, that when they actually do get to the Behemoth, and if they step in and they're just like, why did this happen, like, and they come to that conclusion of like, Alpha's ability focuses more on mental state, and since Dreams is a mental manipulative blooming and it's involved with the Behemoth, it's messed with his perception of the future and of his precognition, and basically being able to get find a loophole to basically get around it and take him over. That's something I feel that really need to be considered, but like I've always been saying, it's just something we're going to have to wait and see. So anyway, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.